Yee. Way up.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here with me.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand. Good morning,
Yes.
Angela.
Happy Wealth Wednesday.
Yes. Happy
You know
Wealth
what?
Wednesday. Yes. What?
It's crazy. Richard Beavers going to be joining us today.
Oh, nice.
He actually owns an art gallery.
Yep.
And he curates a lot of art shows as well.
Okay.
But he's going to be joining us today, and we actually ran into him yesterday at his gallery, which is in Bed-Stuy, and took a nice walkthrough.
We did. I'm not just any brand. Oh.
So he's going to also be talking about how you can actually leverage art to access money.
Oh.
Kind of like borrowing against your art investments to do other things. I just love conversations like this. But why art is a good investment and how you know it's a good investment and things that you should be doing and why it's so important. You know, I love having art in my home.
You're an art girl.
Look around. If you have a Scarface poster, it might be time to start investing.
Yeah, why not?
In some different art. And we'll tell you all the ways, and you don't have to be rich to do it. All right, well, let's get this show started with some love and some positivity. Let's shine a light. 800-292-5150 is the number. Call us up. Let us know who you would like to spread some love to on this Wealth Wednesday. It's Way Up.
I'ma shine. I'ma shine.
Turn your lights on, y'all.
Turn your lights on.
Spreading love to those who are doing greatness.
Shine a light on them. Shine a light on them.
It's time to shine a light on them.
All right, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here, and my girl Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Who do you want to shine a light on today since you're here?
I want to shine a light on my girl. She's a good friend of mine, but she's also an entrepreneur. She's a hairstylist. Her name is Chantel. She's an Emmy award-winning hairstylist.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's won Emmys. She's very accomplished, and she's also an entrepreneur. She sells products. She does hair. And she's all the things. She's a mom. She's a boss. She's in Detroit. And she takes care of me. She takes care of a lot of people. And
She did my hair before.
She's done your hair before. She does, she's cousins with Lizzo. And she does, she's done shows and all sorts of good things. So I want to shine a light on my girl, Chantel.
Listen, we can never underestimate the power of somebody who can, the hair and makeup.
Yes.
Okay? We always got to shout y'all out for the work that you do, because when we be feeling our worst.
Yes. They and then she's also like a therapist too. So like.
All right. Well, Chris, who do you want to shine a light on? How are you?
Hey, Yee, how's it going?
Good. It's me and Jasmine. Who do you want to shine a light on?
Well, I called you about 2 weeks ago, and I was shining a light on me and my lady because we was having our first kid.
Yep.
So it's only right that I tell you what the gender is going to be.
Drum roll, please.
Hold on. Our first ever gender reveal on Way Up.
Hey, check it out. We are having a beautiful baby girl.
Yay!
Girl, Dad.
How
And guess
exciting.
what her name is going to be? We already came with the name.
What's the name?
Deanna.
Pretty.
Oh, beautiful. That's a little Gigi.
Yeah, I was about to say we call her Gigi.
Right, we already got a nickname.
Gigi. Hey, look, I talk to her every day, and that's what I call her, Gigi.
Oh.
Hey, Gigi, Gianna. Or you could call her
I thank
Yana.
y'all. I
Or
appreciate-
Anna.
Yeah, I appreciate you for picking up. You always pick up for me, so shout out to me and Amanda. We having our first kid, and it's going to be a beautiful baby girl.
Shout out to Gigi.
Before I let y'all go, that's what we call a big baby.
That baby.
Thank y'all.
Well, thank you and
Congratulations.
congratulations. That was Shine a Light, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you can always call us up and shine a light that way. And when we come back, we have your Yeetie. Imagine you do something phenomenal and your own friends are talking crazy about you. If I go to space, Jasmine, you better not be talking about me behind my back.
Okay.
We'll tell you how Gayle King has been reacting to all of the backlash. It's Way Up.
They say it's truth in the rumors.
From industry shade to all the gossip,
Talk to me.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea.
Talk to 'em.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
I'm not just any brand.
I'm my own brand.
Let's get into this Yeetie. Now, Gayle King talked to Extra, and she was discussing that expedition that they took, the Blue Origin launch on April 14th. There were a lot of people making jokes.
Yeah.
Her face also became a meme because people thought she looked a little frightened. She said she wished she would have smiled.
Yeah. She had a funny facial expression. It doesn't take much to turn into a meme, though.
Now, here's what she had to say about all the criticism and backlash that the team, the whole crew got for going into space.
Okay.
I should reconsider. Maybe I could do this too. The young girls in particular. But it's not just the young girls. We're also encouraging, I mean, the boys look at it and see what women and young girls can do. Yeah. So, I know there are cranky Yankees. I know there's some haters. But I'm not going to let people steal my joy. and steal the joy of what we did or what we accomplished that day. I'm just not going to let it in. I'm not. And these are some of my friends that are just throwing shade.
I don't like that.
Well, so she explained it in this interview too, is what she's saying is before she did this, before she went on this flight and became educated on space, she was one of those people like, why are we spending so much money in space?
Okay.
There's so much to do here on Earth. People were saying things like eggs are expensive and
why are we doing this?
Spending all this money doing that.
Right.
But she said she learned more about what Blue Origin does, and their intentions are to figure out a way to harness the waste here and to put it in space to make the planet Earth a better place.
Okay. So we're not educated. We don't know. We're
She
just
said
talking.
we use space technology all the time, GPS, satellite.
Okay.
Every time a flight goes up, they get some type of information. She also didn't like the fact that people, because remember I said I thought they were going to be gone a month.
You did say that. I was like, what?
They took off. And then the next post I saw, they were back. I was like, wait. But she said, it's not a ride. It's an expedition. And you don't do that when male astronauts go into space. They don't say he took a ride. And they did duplicate the route that Alan Shepard did. So
Okay. I like the term cranky Yankee. I thought that was
Cranky
funny.
Yankees.
Yeah, that was funny.
sounds like a candle flavor. All right. Now, Amy Lee Wood, you know her from White Lotus. She plays the character Chelsea. A lot of people say that she's the one that is has the most human, empathetic.
Yeah,
I like her personality that was on this season of White Lotus. Well, there's been a lot going on about this skit that SNL did. They did the White POTUS
Right.
skit, and it's kind of making fun, well, very much making fun of Donald Trump. You know, the guy in White Lotus that was that kind of the family was rich, but
Yes.
he was about to lose all his money, and he was
Yes, he
about
was.
embezzlement and all of that, and the family didn't know. So he's Donald Trump is that character in the
Right.
White POTUS.
Right.
But anyway, here is what that skit sounded like as far as her part, and she has big teeth, and that's one thing people talk about a lot.
Yeah,
So here's
yeah,
the
yeah.
skit.
And I've been having these insane ideas, like what if we took all the fluoride out of the drinking water? But what would that do to people's teeth?
Fluoride? What's that? Oh, look, a monkey.
I'm gonna go kill it and eat it.
No, not the monkey.
So
Sorry.
they
that was
had
so funny.
giant prosthetics like teeth,
Oh.
making fun of her in that. And she had posted on her Instagram page that she did think it was mean and unfunny.
Okay.
That sketch. And she said, such a shame because I had a great time watching it a couple of weeks ago. Yes, she said that's what the show is about, but there must be a cleverer, more nuanced, less cheap way. And then she said that SNL had apologized to her. And not only did they apologize, but Sarah Sherman, who's a comedian that actually mocked her in the
Right.
sketch, also sent her flowers.
Okay.
And she posted, thank you for the beautiful flowers.
I thought it was funny, but also people, that's what SNL does. They make fun of you. Like it's just part of the game.
And there's been a lot of behind the stories about White Lotus and the cast not getting along with each other.
Yeah.
So people were saying that she and her co-star, who portrayed her love interest Rick on screen, they were at odds because they didn't tag each other in their White Lotus tributes on Instagram.
Okay.
And then he went and praised this skit as amazing.
Of course he did. What up,
All right.
butthole?
Well, that is your UT, and that's sponsored by Saucony. And when we come back, we have About Last Night. We had an active day yesterday.
We did.
You actually did a podcast. We'll talk about it. It's way up.
So, about last night. Here's how it went down.
It's way up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
Yes.
I'm not just any brand.
I'm my own brand.
And it's time for About Last Night.
Okay.
I don't even want to tell you what happened after we took the train home
Oh my gosh.
from work yesterday. My car is in the shop.
Right.
Somebody crashed into 5 cars on the block.
Yes.
So I haven't gone to get a rental yet because I'm actually leaving to go to Atlanta.
Okay.
For a couple of days. I have to do something with JP Morgan Chase. Shout out to them.
Nice.
In Atlanta. So, and it's on my stories if anybody wants to RSVP and come out.
Okay.
So we took the train back.
Angela, how was that? What happened when we took the train
We
back?
got up the train. There were definitely people doing drugs on the stairs. In the broad daylight.
It was, and they were aggressive drugs. I'll say that.
Yeah, we were like, excuse me. I was like, look at this, a Taj Mahal right here on the steps of the train. But anyway, you actually had to go and do a podcast. So talk about that.
So yeah, I went to Catch Me on the Stoop. That's the name of the podcast, and actually, you do the interview on the stoop in Brooklyn. It's like 3 or 4 black guys, and the whole crew is. I just love seeing black men doing dope things, and they interview all types of people, and they're really down to earth. And we talk about regular stuff,
And have
politics,
drinks.
sports. We have, most importantly, we have drinks, and we just talk. And it's really fun. So shout out to them. I had an amazing time. And I've never did an interview on a stoop before. So
Makes sense.
yeah, so I can't wait till my episode comes out.
Well, I actually walked you over there, and I didn't at the time when I came back to get you.
Yes.
Because this is right in my neighborhood too.
Yes.
Literally around the corner.
Yep.
So when I came back to get you, you didn't see this, but there was a little girl. She's probably about like 4 years old.
Okay.
Sitting in the window watching you from
Really?
next door.
Oh.
And I just thought about how much you were cursing on the interview. This poor child had to hear that.
Yeah, I did curse a little bit too much. In my defense, I have no defense. But I
was like, what's the defense here? In my defense.
In my defense. I am trying to work on cursing maybe next time. But I'm on a stoop and I'm drinking. It just came out, But
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So how did you anything?
Well, I mean, I was, hanging out with you. I was cleaning some things out of my house. I'm trying to get rid of things.
Yeah.
I found a bunch of old cameras. So I tried to plug one in. It's one of those flip cams, but it it just keeps saying low battery. I had it charging for like hours.
Okay.
So I guess it's never going to work again.
You might have to take it somewhere.
All right. Well, that's about last night. When we come back, woo, baby! Tell us a secret. 800-292-5150. Call us up. We want to hear something juicy, something you've never told anybody before.
Yes.
We want to hear your secrets, like Jasmine was spilling her secrets on the stoop yesterday. We want to hear your secrets. Remember, it's anonymous. It's a no judgment zone, but keep it spicy. 800-292-5150. Call us up. Tell us a secret. It's way up.
Way up. This is a judgment-free zone. Tell us a secret.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
I know that's right. And it's time for Tell Us a Secret. Now, this is where you guys call us up anonymously.
Okay.
And we don't judge you.
Right.
Because how could we?
Especially us.
How could we? I would love to call up and tell my secrets somewhere.
Me too. Oh, can I change my voice? Yeah, I think.
All right. Well, 800-292-5150 is the number. What's up, anonymous caller? How are you?
Hey, good morning, y'all.
Good morning. It's me and Jasmine, Judgment Free Zone, because we are a mess.
Indeed.
Oh, I'm so glad it's judgment free because I don't know if y'all are ready for this one.
We're ready.
Okay. I was stuck in traffic for 2 hours in Seattle, Washington. And I found myself reaching in my purse and I pulled out my bullet.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, wow.
All right. The only bullets we encourage people to use up here.
I don't know if I ever thought to do that in traffic.
That makes the traffic go by fast.
So your car was in park, and you just went at it.
My little jacket, because it was like spring right before summer.
Oh.
So I just threw a little jacket over my leg.
Were you on your way to work or home from work?
I was just actually out there for a couple of days visiting a friend, and I was on my way home.
Okay.
And I bet this allowed you to handle traffic better after you were kind of
done.
Yeah.
Did you fall asleep?
That's a first.
It definitely did.
Like that?
I have heard people do things like that.
Really?
And did you finish?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. She was like, please don't let this traffic move.
Not
right now.
I would have been so mad. So being embarrassed. I would have been upset.
Like, I was right there. And then y'all beeping the horn.
Right.
Don't you hate that? Have you done it again?
Like a damn man.
Have you done it again since then?
I have not. I haven't really had the opportunity.
She like, I'm waiting for a traffic jam.
Right.
Come to New York. You'll be doing it every day.
Wow.
Oh, goodness. New York or D.C., huh?
D.C. got bad traffic.
Yeah, D.C.,
too, yeah.
Atlanta.
Yep, Atlanta.
Come to Atlanta.
L.A., yeah. You got a few cities to pick from where you can use some traffic, too.
That was my next one.
All right. Well, thank you for calling. And this is a good hack for anybody out there stuck in traffic.
Yeah, everyone will handle traffic
I'm
better.
telling you.
Make sure your battery's right, charged up, whatever you need.
That's hilarious.
Right. Exactly.
All right.
You guys have a fantastic day.
Oh, you too. Hey, anonymous caller, what's good?
What's cracking?
You want to tell us a secret? No judgment. Make it spicy.
Yeah, no judgment. All right, here we go. So I've been buying a lot of beans and boiling beans. So I've been cutting up in the lunchroom when ain't nobody in there, and everybody walk in there right about 5 minutes after. Everybody think that it's something wrong with the vents, like
Right.
it's a dead
That's
rat. But really,
bad.
I've been gassed up.
Oh.
I've been gassed up.
And your fart smell like rotten vents. That's crazy.
Oh, man, it smells like rotten rats and a bunch of cream cheese with a bunch of dead rats.
Ow.
Why you don't go in
So,
the bathroom and do it? You got, like, why do you go there?
Yeah, I gotta go. As soon as I go, by the time you just don't know. Too many beans. Don't nobody know. I'm done doing it, though.
So you
But I
have
did it
you
for
have
about a
you
week
have actually you have actually sharded?
No. Latinos never get gas, but for some reason, in black beans, they'll get you.
One more question. What about when you're having sex?
Oh, when you have sex? Yeah, that happened to me one time. I went down on a chick, and she smelled like buffalo chicken wings. She farted.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a fart that smelled like buffalo chicken wings.
Okay,
That smells good.
all right.
All right, well, thank you for calling.
Oh, man.
That was Tell Us a Secret, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, you could tell us a secret for last word. And when we come back, we have your Yee tea. And let's get into it, guys. I mean, imagine having your father just send you $300,000. Like, you did good today.
Ooh.
Not my dad. We'll talk about it. It's way up.
Yo, she about to blow the lid up off this pot. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
Just ordered an outdoor sofa from Wayfair.
Okay.
It's cute. All right, let's get into this Yee tea. It's way up with Angela Yee. Angel Reese, speaking of homes, is officially a homeowner. She announced this yesterday. She wrote, retired my mama and became a homeowner. And all at 22. She said, so blessed. So shout out to her.
Yes, that's amazing. At 22?
She said, knocked off 2 big things off my vision board in the first 4 months of the new year. She also was on X responding to people who also had some crazy things to say about her. She said, they said she needed to cover up, so I went cover on Vogue.
Okay,
And
caption.
then they said she can't afford her rent, so I went and bought a house. Remember, she was saying how the money that she makes in the WNBA is not enough to cover her living expenses. She said, I'm living beyond my means, about her $8,000 a month rent. But, you know, she makes so much money outside of her WNBA salary. And she also has her podcast, Unapologetically Angel. That, by the way, does really well, and she's very consistent with it.
We pick up clips from him all the time. Everyone
Yeah.
loves those.
Yeah, so shout out to her for that, for diversifying so early in the things that she's doing.
Yeah. I really do love her podcast, too.
You know what they say, more than an athlete. So we love that for her.
Yep.
So congratulations to Angel Reese. All right, now let's get into some other things. Another person, speaking of money, is Davido.
Okay.
Now, we all know that he has rich family members.
He got money.
Yeah, his father got the bag. And he talked about this with DJ Clue. He said his father came to his show in Atlanta and was so proud of him. I need my parents to be this proud of me. Listen to this.
A serious super bag of money. Do you use that money to promote your albums and stuff, or you kind of like, or you know that's the cheat codes, or you like, I wanna.
I mean, if I tell you that my dad don't give his kid money, I'd be lying to you.
Right,
I'm
for sure. As he should.
I'm his baby. Like, of course, my dad give me a check. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, musically, like, I feel like over time, I mean, you do spend money on music, but you know, I make a lot of money off music.
Right.
So it's really my music money I use, you know, for, you know, my music and the promotion and stuff like that, like touring.
Oh, he said, I'm his baby. That's cute.
I'm my parents' baby, too.
Yeah.
I mean, hello.
Well, first of all, your mom brings you nice things all the time, and you complain,
Give
okay?
me $3 million.
Listen, she had it, she would, okay?
All right. Well, by the way, his father talked about how he was constructing Nigeria's largest thermal power plant that was launched in January. It's a $2 billion project. He's a businessman.
That's impressive.
And he takes care of businessman.
And he takes care of his baby.
All right, and shout out to Tommy Davidson. He's going to be reprising his role of Varnell Hill in Martin spinoff.
That's going to be funny.
Yes, it's also co-created by Martin Lawrence. It's going to be on BET Plus.
Okay.
And the series will take viewers behind the scenes of the Varnell Hill Show. It's a fictional late-night talk show hosted by Tommy Davidson's character. I think that's going to be dope. And Martin got to make some guest appearances.
Absolutely. I cannot. This
and
is going to be
it's
so
unclear if he's going to do that, but how could he not?
This is going to be so funny.
I love it. All right. Well, that is your Yee tea. When we come back, we have Under the Radar. These are the stories that are not necessarily in the headlines. They are flying under the radar, but you need to know about them anyway. And also, shout out to Saucony, who was sponsoring that Yee tea. It's way up.
Check the news. I got news. This in the news that relates to you. These stories are flying under the radar.
Yo, it's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Hey, Jasmine Brand.
Hi, Angela.
What are you doing?
I was trying to get my hoodie on.
All right, well, it is time for your Under the Radar. Now, a federal judge has ordered an intense 2-week inquiry into the Trump administration's refusal to seek the return of a man. This guy was wrongly deported from Maryland to a prison, not just any prison, a prison in El Salvador.
That sounds scary.
It is scary. And they are not trying to bring him back to the country. They, according to the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, she said if he wanted to send him back, we would give him a plane ride back. And she's referring to the president of El Salvador. She said there was no situation ever where he was going to stay in this country. And Donald Trump has said on Truth Social today, it's his job to remove killers and thugs from the U.S. And so he's saying that, this man, but it was a mistaken, they've admitted it's a mistake. Clearly it's not a mistake. You wanted to deport him.
It sounds very intentional. I feel bad for his family.
Right. They said it was an administrative error. They've even admitted that. And the fact that you're not even working to bring him back.
That's crazy.
And U.S. officials are now alleging he's a member of the MS-13 gang.
Okay.
Right. And that's the problem. Everybody is screaming for deporting people. But they're going to make anything up and say this person is a member of a gang. They're just saying things.
And you have no protection.
And you have so, it's all fun and games until it affects somebody who you know.
Yeah, who you care about.
All right. Now, another thing that has been trending today, Spotify.
Right.
Apparently, Spotify has been down. There's some outages that are happening. And they're saying these are the biggest outages ever on Spotify. And so here's what we know so far about these outages. It started spiking at around 8 a.m.
Okay.
Almost 50,000 Spotify users said there were some problems in the U.S. and other people in the UK showing that it's not just a U.S. issue, it's a global issue.
Okay.
They're saying it's related to the smartphone app, but people are also having problems with the web player. So it's down for all of that too. So they said they're looking for a fix and everything's rolling out. They're working to resolve the broader outage as soon as possible. But not a good thing. And it's been trending.
I know it's been trending all morning. I don't have a Spotify account.
I don't either.
Yeah. So it's not affecting me, but I get it.
Yeah. So, shout out to iHeart.
Yes.
If you have the iHeart app, we're up and running.
I know that's right.
All right. Well, that is your Under the Radar. Now, we do have the Way Up Mix at the top of the hour. And it's also a Wealth Wednesday. And this is a really fun one.
Okay.
Today, we'll be talking to Richard Beaver. He owns the Richard Beaver Gallery, which is actually in Bed-Stuy, literally right around the corner from my house.
Yep.
And I saw him yesterday.
You did?
Walked into the gallery. We had a chance to look at an amazing exhibit.
It's beautiful.
That is there now. And you can actually hear the artist talking about some of the pieces that he has in there. I should post a couple. They were beautiful and amazing. And the artist's name is Desmond Beach. The Weight of Joy is the name of this exhibit. But he'll be joining us today, Richard Beaver, talking about his gallery and art and how it relates to investment. It's Way Up.
Angela's spilling that Yee tea. Come and get the tea.
It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm not just any brand. I'm my own brand.
Let them know. And I do want to shout out to our 1-year anniversary on 96.1 The Beat. That's in, actually, it's 103.5 The Beat. So...
Okay.
It started off at 105.3 The Beat. Now it's 96.1 The Beat.
Okay.
It's our 1-year anniversary since we flipped from 105.3 to 96.1. So we're heard all over Georgia now.
Nice.
So shout out to my guy, DJ Louis V, and everybody that's out there. Ferrari BT, Manny Supreme, JoJo Alonzo, DJ Scream. And by the way, if you're in the area from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. today, they're going to be giving away $10,000 worth of groceries.
Ooh, I like that studio. I really like their studio.
I'll be there.
Yeah. Okay.
Tomorrow.
All right. Okay.
And Friday.
Okay.
Very excited about that. All right. And also Diddy is beefing up his legal defense team. He got a new attorney. And you know who that attorney is?
Who?
You're going to recognize this name.
Okay.
Brian Seale.
Oh, he's the man.
Yeah, he's the one that Young Thug, that rep Young Thug in that YSL Rico case.
And did well.
And did extremely well.
Yeah.
Got mentioned in songs and everything.
Yep.
They also said they're looking for a black female attorney to join that trial as well. I guess the optics of that is important.
I got it.
All right, Tokyo Toni. This was a crazy story.
Okay.
So she said on her TikTok on Monday that she let a woman who was a fan come and stay with her. And
bad idea. Go ahead.
I know, a random fan come and stay with you. Here's what she said on TikTok.
Live with me for 6 weeks, 7. I got you another place that didn't work out for you. Couldn't stay there. Then I got you a hotel. They broke it down because they said they had to move to another room. The bitch was weird. This is the bedroom. Never changed the sheets. It still stink.
Oh.
I put Pet Fresh.
Pet Fresh.
It still smells like an old man in here. Look, just don't give a f***. Why do everybody get obsessed with me when they come around? Is it gonna smell good, look good, treat you good, cook you steaks and full meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, let you smoke like a chimney?
I'm nice. I'm not that nice.
I was gonna say, and whatever. Tokyo Tony has said stuff about me. She is nuts. Okay, she is certified bonkers. But I will say she does seem like she has a good heart. So it's like,
well, she says $98,000 worth of her stuff is gone. She came home and her house was smashed up, and she showed that as well. Well, the woman got into a fight with Tokyo Tony. She was still in the area. And
it had to be DC too. Probably.
It was in the DC area,
okay.
And they came to blows. And here is what that fight sounded like.
Bro, you want me to eat your bro, what you doing, bro? What your dirty hell, bro? You say what your dirty, bro?
How did the cat get involved?
The coochie?
Yeah. I didn't know you could say that.
I think so. All right, well, that is your Yeezy, sponsored by Saucony, by the way. Sorry, guys. And when we come back, we have Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. Any question you have, we're here to help you out, but you can't stay with us, okay? It's way up.
Here I go. Hey, everybody, whether it's relationship or career advice, Angela's dropping facts. So you should know. This is Ask Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm Angela Yee, and Jasmine from the Jasmine brand is here. And you know what time it is. It's time for Ask Yee. That's when you get to call and ask for advice. 800-292-5150 is the number. Hello.
Hey, what up, Yee? What up, Jasmine?
Hey.
What's up? What's your name?
Oh, my name's C.
Okay, C, what is your question for Ask Yee?
Yeah, so I've listened to y'all for a while, and I'm really been, on my financial literacy, and I got a good credit score, but the problem is my parents know it, and they always trying to get me to buy something on my credit card. It's like, I don't know how to tell them no. It's so hard because, they're my parents, but I worked hard to get this credit score.
Right. And so, well, listen, credit doesn't mean that you have an unlimited amount of money to spend.
Right.
Right. I think for me, my rule with my credit card is if I can't afford it, I'm not buying it. I like to use my credit cards because I like to get the points and advantages that come with it. So when I buy things, I pay it off right away. And they don't need to know your financial situation. So if they're asking you to buy them things, you can always be like, you know what? It's a tough time. I really don't have it right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree, but in Caribbean, they don't hear no. You sign up for a whole bedroom sets and cars on my credit.
Oh, no.
Oh, no way. Can't do that. Nope, sir. Listen, I think that you have to set boundaries when it comes to your finances.
Right.
One of the first things that you'll realize is when it comes to money and friends, if you want to lose some friends, lend them some money.
Yep.
Okay?
They'll disappear.
Or family members. But I would say I don't mix my finances with my family. Let them know, look, if there's anything that I can do and within reason, I will, but that's just not reasonable. I've worked really hard to get to this point, and I just also don't have it.
All right. I guess I'll try.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Look, no is because you know what happens? The more you say yes and give in, the more they're going to keep on asking for more.
Right.
No, that's fact.
You could always get them suggestions on how they can make more money. You're like, they need more drivers for DoorDash.
Right.
Well, good luck with that, though. And congrats on getting your credit score up, but don't ruin it.
All right. Thank y'all.
No problem. Well, that was Ask Yee, 800-292-5150. If you couldn't get through, leave a message. Or you can always click on that talkback microphone on your iHeartRadio app. And of course, it's Way Up with Yee. So this is brought to you by Saucony, not Saucony, to be clear, okay? Because y'all confusing me now. And when we come back, it's a Wealth Wednesday. So Richard Beaver, who owns the Richard Beaver Art Gallery in Brooklyn, in Bed-Stuy, in my neighborhood, is going to be joining us. We'll be talking about art as it relates to investment. It's Way Up.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and it's time for a Wealth Wednesday. I'm excited. Stacey Tisdale is here with me, of course.
I'm very excited. Again, happy Wealth Wednesdays, everybody. pulling out all levers. And we're going to talk today about investing in something that you might think is well beyond your reach. We're going to talk about investing in art with a legend.
Yes, indeed.
In the black art space, Richard Beavers, who is the founder of the Richard Beavers Art Gallery, which you're going to tell us all about. But let's start at the very beginning. Your art journey started when you were in middle school. What happened?
Yes, it did. First and foremost, I want to thank you for having me here today, Angela and Stacy. This is amazing.
It's a blessing.
Really looking forward to this conversation. It started out for me rather early. I was in my early teens, and I went on a class trip to the museum. Came home from that trip, and my mother asked me what did I think. And at the time, I couldn't really articulate it, but I said to her, I didn't really think too much of it.
Right.
And she said, well, did you see art? And I said, yeah, I did see art. But what happened is that I didn't see anything that was reflective of who I was, and it didn't speak to my personal experiences or anything culturally. So my mother took me to a gallery that was in the city. It was on 13th Street between 2nd and 3rd Avenue, and it was owned by 2 black women from the Caribbean. And the name of the gallery was Sabaco Gallery. And that was the first time I ever walked into a space and I just saw all black art.
Now, you also have a gallery in Brooklyn in Bed-Stuy. And I met you on the street over by where iHeart used to be. Downtown. And so he was like, I'm Richard Beavers. I'm like, wait a minute. I walk past your gallery all the time right near my house. And it is, and you've said this before, that it can be intimidating for people to see that, like in our neighborhood, to want to go in there. You feel like, am I supposed to, how do I do this? So can we talk about you opening a gallery in Bed-Stuy and why that was important to you?
First and foremost, it was important because that 13-year-old kid who lives in the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood, that's me, and I know that there were a lot of young people that came from my community that I grew up in, which was East Flatbush, and they didn't get the access. They didn't be able to go to galleries the way that I was able to. I was very fortunate to have had a mother who had that foresight, and she understood the importance of exposing me to different things just to see what would stick with me and how valuable that would be to me, further down the road in my life. But for the young people who were my peers, they didn't get opportunities to go to galleries. And I always think to myself, like, what impact could it have made on them? I come from a neighborhood where there was just so much brilliance, as we know, but a lot of times that brilliance is suppressed and they're not given access and visibility to certain things. So it was really important for me when I made a decision to open a gallery that I wanted to bring it to my community, which was an underserved community when it came to the arts. But most importantly, I wanted young people to have access and exposure to art, young people of color.
Right now, it's a Wealth Wednesday. I'm here with Stacey Tisdale, and we are talking to Richard Beavers from the Richard Beavers Gallery.
How does somebody with modest income,
just
even
so people know,
it
is an investment,
$500 or something, get involved in art?
So at a $500 price point is more so an emerging artist, and an emerging artist who doesn't have a developed market, hasn't really sold a lot of their work, and that's tends to be kind of like, it started off with my sweet spot where I would identify artists that I believe had a really, had a skill set that the work spoke to me, and I worked with those artists and I began to build a market out for them. And when I say build a market out for them, I give them mentorship, I give them access to be able to display their work in the gallery, but it's also in who the work is placed with. I have a really strong collector base, so I make certain that I sell the work not just to people that are well-to-do off, but I look for people in the community that will become advocates for these artists. Because the most important thing is, a lot of times people purchase art, but they just hang it on their home, on their walls. They don't go out, they don't talk to their network, they don't bring more visibility to the artists and introduce them to other collectors. And that is a very important aspect of it, is to bring as much visibility as you possibly can to that artist.
All right, Richard Beavers is here. It is a Wealth Wednesday. We got more when we come back. We're talking about art as investment. We're talking about the Richard Beavers Gallery that he's had since 2007. It's way up.
Had a dream of living wealthy,
and I don't mind sharing my wealth, dog.
Getting you straight financially, mentally, and physically. This is Wealth Wednesday on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee, and happy Wealth Wednesday. I'm here with Stacey Tisdale, my partner in Wealth Wednesday, and we have Richard Beavers, the owner of the Richard Beavers Gallery here. We're talking about art as investment. Stacey, you have a question?
People can actually leverage their art for loans.
Yes.
And credit.
So I'll give you this as a real life story.
Okay.
In 2018, I was one of Nathaniel Mary Quinn's first dealers. So Nathaniel Mary Quinn is an artist who's gone on to be tremendously successful. He's represented by Gagosian, and Gagosian is one of the top 4 galleries. You have Gagosian, you have Housel and Worth, you have Pace, and there's one other, but there's like top 4. And Davis Werner. There you go.
That's what my friend said.
Yeah. Yes, and Davis Werner. So Quinn is with Gagosian now. Gagosian sells $1 billion worth of art. So in 2018, I'm working with Quinn. I'm not representation, but one of his first art dealers. And it had been like maybe 8 to 10 years since I left MTV. So I get a letter in the mail from MTV informing me that I have a pension that I did not know about. So in this pension, they're saying that I have a certain amount of money in there, and they're moving providers of the pension, and I have a one-time opportunity to pull that money out penalty free.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I want a letter
penalty-free.
like that.
Penalty free.
I never get letters like that.
So I say to myself, okay, I can leave it in there, and I can get what, 12% interest in the SP 500 index fund, over the next 10 years. Or I can pull that money out and invest in 2 Nathaniel Mary Quinn works. So I made a decision to pull the money out, no penalty. I purchased 2 works from him, $25,000, and that was 8 years ago. Those works now are worth $450,000.
Sheesh. What a great purchase and great decision.
$450,000.
Okay, now tell someone how you can take the money, that piece of art, and also use it as an asset for a loan.
So now those 2 works, I can leverage them and I can use them to get a loan, art financing. So you have Sotheby's, you have Christie's, you have JP Morgan, Bank of America. These are private banking, and I can leverage that and use that to secure a loan.
Just like a mortgage or something.
Yeah,
Right.
Just like a mortgage, and you can get anywhere from the loan to value ratio is anywhere from 40 to 60%. It just depends on the artist. It depends on how diverse your collection is. How the work has sold in the primary market, secondary market, meaning resale at auction. And Quinn has a very strong, auction history of when it comes to reselling, and there's an extremely strong demand for his work. So I can get 40 to 60% loan to value ratio on that, and the interest would be depending on your credit worthiness, and in some instances, depending on the works, they may not even run a credit check.
Wow. That's
so
amazing.
Isn't that something? So
Yeah.
I can get a loan, and the interest would be anywhere from say 6 to 15%. But if it's a short-term loan, you're looking at 3 to 5% interest.
That's great.
And this is what I advise, unless you're a distressed seller, is that you don't sell your assets.
Yeah.
You leverage them. You can leverage your stock portfolio. You can refinance on your home, and now you can finance your art. It's currently right now in 2025, the art financing business is a $40 billion a year industry, and it's projected, I believe, over the next 10 years to be a $400 billion a year industry.
People leveraging.
Yeah, and then numbers are, astronomical. There's statistics say there's over $2 trillion worth of art and collectibles in private collections.
All right, so happy Wealth Wednesdays, everybody, and your to-do today is to go to richardbeaversgallery.com, and
Let's make our appointment, because I've been wanting to do that, because I know during the week it's appointment only, and then it's open, right?
No, so now
Now
we're
it's not?
open when the weather warms up.
Okay. I'm
We're
coming
open-
by.
Yes, we're open Tuesday through Friday from 12 to 6 p.m.
Let's go
No,
next
Tuesday
week.
through Sunday
Okay.
from 12 to 6 p.m.
We're coming. And
Please
then,
come.
I'm not
and
even
then we're
kidding.
going to bring everybody with us to Cup.
Yes. Then we walk over to Cup, and we should do some collaborations
I'm
together.
dead serious. I'm
We're
all
neighbors.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're
this is
do-
all
yeah.
about.
Let's do it.
All right, Wealth Wednesdays taking y'all on an art tour.
Love this. Thank you so much to Richard Beavers for joining us. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up with Yee. And make sure you guys check out the Richard Beavers Gallery also. You can definitely invest in some art. It's something that I love to do and makes your home beautiful, and you can actually borrow against it, according to Richard Beavers. So let's do our research, guys. When we come back, y'all have the last word.
Tap in. Tap in and get your voice heard.
What the word is.
Here's the last word on Way Up with Angela Yee.
What's up? It's Way Up with Angela Yee. I'm here. Jasmine Brand is here.
I'm here.
But not for long. I'm actually going to be heading out to go to Atlanta. But don't worry, I'm still doing my show because I can do my show from Atlanta as I like to do.
Okay. I love Atlanta.
Yeah, so thank you to everybody for joining us today. Also, thank you to Richard Beavers for joining us today from the Richard Beavers Gallery. You can watch that full interview on my YouTube channel, Way Up With Yee. And just so you guys know, I'm actually going to be in Atlanta with JP Morgan Chase. Building a New Legacy is the name of the event. And the details are in my story if you want to register to come out and just talk about financial strategies and what you need to do to make sure that you're prepared for the future, how to invest with confidence, all of the things. I'm the guest speaker.
Okay, I should come.
You should.
Yeah.
We would love that. All right, well, this is your show, so you have the last word.
Well, I just want to give a flashback because I actually hooked up with a celebrity and I enjoyed myself and it was a good time, but I've never told anyone about it. Okay, I will. It was it was super good, actually, and I'm going to remain anonymous, but he knows who I am, and we had a great time. And if I'm ever running into him in the Atlanta area, I would love to have a great date night with him again.
Going way up, turn up with Angela Yee.